Hi guys, welcome back. So from this lesson we are going to start with this character. So what I have done is create a temporary join group that it didn't come in the way while rigging this leg. So let's hide this joins and let's go and let's start to rig this leg. What we are going to do is we are going to make up 3 bone sets, IK and FK control, and the both joints IK and FK is going to link with this hip JJ, and this hip JJ will going to be skinned with the geometry. So let's get started. So let's duplicate it twice, Control and Control D. So go to modify, search and replace names, search for JJ and replace with IK, and for this search for JJ and replace it with IK, apply, close. For the last points let's go with IK, FK. Okay, so what we need to do is let's bring this one, parent this FK and IK joint to JJ joint. So first select hip 01 FK, then IK, then JJ, and go to constant, parent constant, add. Do same for all the joints according to their name. First FK, IK and JJ with G, second join. What G will do is repeat the last command what we have done. So let's do it again. Ankle, ball, ball, ball. Okay. Okay. G. Okay. Let's see. Now we have created a join, and I think it is going to move partially with IK and FK because we have done a parent constant with both of these. So if you remove down the IK, now what we need to do is we just need, when it's on the FK mode, it have to be fully controlled by FK, and when it's in IK mode it have to be fully controlled by IK. So let's go and zero this controller. Let's make a control curve, create a circle. Okay, W, and snap it to the joint, and then show the mace. Let's place it up here. Let's rotate it to G, shrink it down. Okay, let's make a controller, W, okay. Let's freeze this transform and hide deleted history, and then let's a little bit further just transform and then hide the geometry, and it have to move along with the leg. So let's select the hip, I think ankle would be better, and select this and go to constant, parent constant, and this time maintain the offset, apply, and so it's done. Let's lock and hide its attribute. Let's rename it boy underscore l because it's in our left side, underscore leg underscore blend bend loic blend to blend pressing leg blend 01 underscore cc. So what you need to do is create and add an attribute. Go to modify, add attribute. Let's name it ik underscore fk underscore blend blend ik fk blend, minimum to 0 and maximum to 1, and hit OK. The attribute has been added 0 1. So what we're going to do next is going to do some set driven keys. Go to anim set driven key. I have put it on my mail command line. So set and load it as a drive, load it as a driver, and go to heap load driven. What we need to do is when it's on 0 we need it to be in ik, and when it's on 1 we need it to be in fk. So it's now on 0. Go to select driven items and let's 0 out, select both of these and hit key. Okay, so go to 1, select driven items, fk to 1 and ik to 0, hit key, and let's repeat the process for all of the joints. Load driven. Okay, when ik is in, let's make it 0 and select driven items, fk on 0, ik on 1, key, then let's make it on 1, select driven items, fk on 1 and ik on 0. Let's do it for me. Load driven. Okay, select driven items, 0, key, 1, 0, and let's make it 1. Let's hit key. Okay, let's 0. Now let's load ankle. Okay, 0, key. Okay, then go to 1, select driven items, hit 1 up here and 0 up here, and key. Let's load a ball, load driven. Okay, now let's make it 0, select driven items, fk to 0, key selected, and let's make it 1, driven items, 0 the ik channel, I'll make it 1, key. I think the last one is left. Okay, so it's on 0, select driven items, make it 0 and key selected, then select it again with the value 1 and select driven items, 0, and 1. Okay, it's done. Close the window, close this a little bit. So it's on 1, so it have to follow the FK. So when it's on 1, it will follow the FK, and when we move it to 0, it will bind with IK. So it is working properly. So next what we are going, let's wrap up this chapter, and another lesson, I'm going to rig the leg in IK mode than in FK mode, and then you'll get why we have done this setup, because animator love to work, some animator love to work on IK and some love to work on FK, and there are something that can only be done in FK than IK. So it's important. So let's go to another chapter and let's